Welcome to News Around, your go-to source for the most captivating moments behind the glittering curtain of Turkish cinema and television. Don't forget to hit subscribe, tap the join button to support our channel, and leave a like if you enjoy diving deep into the unseen stories of your favorite stars. Today, we uncover a storm that brewed quietly, then erupted suddenly, a dramatic confrontation that froze an entire film set in silence. The names involved: Demet Özdemir and Çağatay Ulusoy, two of Turkey's brightest stars, whose emotional collision turned a day of filming into a moment of shock, tension, and raw emotion. It was supposed to be another day on set, filled with the familiar rhythm of lights, lenses, and late coffee cups. The cast and crew had gathered for a scene that demanded precision, emotion, and just a hint of improvisation. Spirits were high, scripts were marked, and cameras rolled. Yet, as the director suggested a small spontaneous twist, something to add authenticity, the atmosphere began to shift in an almost imperceptible way. For Demet Özdemir, known for her emotional depth and commitment to her craft, this wasn't merely another take. It was a fragile moment requiring complete concentration. But when Çağatay Ulusoy introduced a subtle variation, a gesture, a line not in the script, an unexpected tone, everything changed. What might have been an artistic impulse became the spark that ignited a deeply personal reaction. Witnesses recall the scene vividly. The camera had barely stopped rolling when Demet, visibly trembling, lowered her script and whispered something inaudible. Her face, once composed, gave way to tears. Crew members watched in stunned silence as she left the set, clutching her notes tightly, heading straight to her dressing room. No one dared to speak. The air was thick with confusion and empathy, a silence so heavy it seemed to swallow the mechanical hum of the set. Even the director's voice, usually commanding and clear, faltered. Within minutes, the day's filming was officially halted. What had begun as a creative challenge now revealed the undercurrent of something deeper: months of silent friction, artistic disagreement, and perhaps even personal distance between two of the industry's biggest stars. Rumors of strain had quietly circulated before this day. According to several members of the crew, the chemistry that audiences adored on screen had been slowly eroding behind the scenes. Lunch breaks spent apart, rehearsals marked by formality rather than friendship, and creative differences about character interpretation hinted that something was amiss. Still, no one expected a public emotional collapse. Yet, the moment it happened, the truth was undeniable. Beneath the professionalism and the spotlight's glow lay two individuals struggling with the invisible weight of artistic and emotional exhaustion. The production company's immediate response was cautious. A brief statement was released: "This is an internal production matter, no further comment will be made." But silence, as the digital age has proven time and again, only fuels speculation. Within hours, hashtags like #DemetVekagate and #CağatayZesligi dominated trending lists across social media platforms. Fans dissected every detail: photos from the set, archived interviews, even subtle expressions in previous episodes. Some defended Demet's emotional reaction, calling it a reflection of the immense pressure female actors often face in male-dominated creative spaces. Others sympathized with Çağatay, suggesting he merely followed the director's instruction and was unfairly targeted by the public storm. What do you think, dear viewers? Was Demet's reaction justified, or was this simply a misunderstanding magnified by emotion and exhaustion? Share your thoughts below. We love hearing your insights here on News Around. Behind closed doors, the situation grew even more complex. The director, realizing the emotional toll the confrontation had taken, convened an emergency meeting. Options were placed on the table: temporary suspension, mediation sessions, or even rewriting parts of the script to minimize joint scenes between the leads. A few executives reportedly floated a more drastic idea, replacing one of the main actors if tensions continued. While extreme, the mere mention of replacement sent ripples of unease throughout the team. After all, both Demet and Çağatay are pillars of the production, and losing either would mean reshaping the entire narrative. Meanwhile, technicians, extras, and supporting staff faced uncertainty about schedules, contracts, and budgets. Every paused shooting day meant logistical chaos and potential financial strain. For the crew, it was not merely an emotional shock but a professional crisis. For all its glamour, the entertainment world often hides the emotional labor required behind each performance. Long hours, artistic perfectionism, constant scrutiny, and social media pressure can create a volatile environment. This incident, though dramatic, has sparked an essential conversation about mental health and emotional well-being in the film industry. Should production companies provide psychological support for their teams? Is artistic excellence worth the emotional cost? We at Newsaround invite you to weigh in. Should emotional wellness be a contractual right for actors and crew members? Comment below and let's start this important dialogue. In the following days, Demet refrained from making public statements. Her social media remained inactive, filled only with supportive comments from fans urging her to stay strong. Çağatay, too, maintained his silence, a decision that polarized his fan base. Some viewed it as a gesture of maturity, a refusal to escalate conflict. Others saw it as emotional detachment. Insiders, however, described his demeanor on set after the incident as measured but distant. It was clear that both actors were processing the emotional weight of what had transpired. Determined to restore harmony, the production team initiated several steps to prevent future breakdowns. Confidential talks between the actors were arranged, facilitated by professional mediators. Psychological counselors were also reportedly brought in to help the team manage stress and communication challenges. The company's priority became clear: protect the project, protect its people, and protect its reputation. Still, repairing trust in such emotionally charged environments takes time. Some insiders remain skeptical, claiming that until genuine empathy and collaboration are rebuilt, peace will remain fragile, a temporary truce rather than a true resolution. Meanwhile, the internet continues to buzz with theories. Fan forums debate who was truly at fault. Tabloids publish exclusive sources. YouTubers dissect every gesture in slow motion. The emotional fallout from this single moment of tension has evolved into a national conversation about boundaries, respect, and vulnerability in creative work. And as always, Newsaround is here to keep you informed, separating fact from rumor, emotion from exaggeration. As the lights fade on this unfolding drama, one truth stands above the noise: behind every flawless scene lies a fragile human heart. What happened between Demet Özdemir and Çağatay Ulusoy wasn't just a production hiccup, it was a reminder that art and emotion are inseparable. Whether this emotional storm leads to reconciliation or lasting division, one thing is certain: audiences will be watching, and the industry will be learning. We'll continue following this story closely, so stay tuned. You're watching Newsaround, where every moment tells a story. If you enjoyed this in-depth coverage, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the join button to support our growing community. Until next time, keep your hearts open and your minds curious.